I'm Jordan Stone, and this is The Good Ride. I'm a woman just like you, hopefully, and I love to snowboard. I got a chance to take out the Jones Rally Cat, new snowboard to their edition. Rode it in Pacific Northwest conditions, spring conditions, a little bit of hard packs, a little bit of ice, slush by the end of the day. I rode a 148. They do come all the way up to a 155. I'd love to try a 155 to see how that compares. But for 148, I'm a size 7.5 boot, 5'6", about 140, and it actually felt really good underfoot. Pros of the board, really playful. Has great edge hold and really great for your beginner to intermediate. Negative, if you are in that advanced, it's a little bit of a soft board, doesn't really hold an edge for carving and not super stable at speeds. Shape on this is a directional all-mountain twin. I liken this to their highest end board, which is their Earhart. Very similar shape, the full true twin, just a mid camber instead of a full high camber. There is a little bit of an early rise in that tip and tail, almost about 2 inches before it goes to that 3D contour. Don't be intimidated by the fact that this is a cambered board, because really it feels to me a little bit more like a board with a little early rise or early tail, not really a full camber board. I was able to hold an edge like a full camber board, but also able to skid turns and to kind of wash and butter and move that tail around, move that nose around without feeling catchy at all.
And if what reviewed appeals to you here, then go to our sponsor, Flower Board Shop. They've been selling snowboards longer than a lot of resorts have been allowing access to snowboarders. They're a snowboard-only shop, and they're helping us bring honest, objective content to you. So check them out, click through the links, and buy something from them. We'd appreciate it.
First, I do want to take a moment to just admire how beautiful Jones did on this board. I didn't get to say that before, but that pink, that simple, the base, beautiful. Flex on this board. Again, this is meant to be an intro level board, so it is a soft board. You can really see this as I flex through the board. Lot of flex. Coming down here on the tail, and then let's see here on the nose. A little bit directional, so there is a little more. I did get a chance to ride this board in conditions that were perfect for buttering. Really fun to butter. Again, simple, easy. Didn't feel super catchy. I could just flip the board around. As far as olling on it, you can. I think, again, it serves its purpose as being a beginner intermediate board, teaching you how to get into an ollie without launching you into outer space. It's gonna give you a little bit of pop, but not too much pop. So the edge on this does have a few little disruptions here that you're gonna see in a lot of Jones boards, but it's not nearly as many as you'd see in a Magna Traction. Still allows you to hold well on harder packed snow, but not catchy on powder snow or soft snow. I did get a chance to get this on some uneven snow. It was hard packed and set up slush. Given its flex rating on this, it didn't do super great, kind of bucks you around a bunch, but if you're trying to navigate your way down a tracked out trail, really quick underfoot, so you're still going to have a good time if you like to turn a lot and have control over that board. So the Rally Cat comes with the same base that they have in all of their women's boards, which is their sintered 8000 base. It is a wonderful base, really nice and fast. Again, the limitations on this board have more to do with the flex of the board than the base and the manufacturing. They manufactured this board just like they would their advanced board, but making it friendlier for our beginner and intermediate riders. So the Rally Cat side cut on this has a 6.6 meter radius. So it's a really fast, really turny board. But if you're somebody who likes to go super fast, take advantage of that nice sintered base, this is probably not the board for you. It's gonna be a little chattery underfoot. It's gonna feel kind of unstable. It doesn't have a lot of dampness. If that's something you're looking for, maybe look for something with a higher flex scale, something maybe like the Earhart or your Dreamweaver. This board is really meant for turning, playing, being quick underfoot, feeling confident. Leave the speed for the stiffer boards. So I noticed with the turning, I really like to carve, I like to play around, I like to try to put an edge in. I discovered at higher speeds, the flex on this did not lend itself to going into that carve and holding the carve. It does initiate turning very well at lower speeds or at less pitched surfaces. So flatter surfaces, more your green runs, your blue runs, this will hold an edge really well as soon as you start to increase your speed or go to steeper terrain. The flex kind of gives away and doesn't allow you to take advantage of that edge hold. The camber on this lends itself to good spring and pop out of each turns, initiating into the turn and then out of the turn at lower speeds, again because of the flex. That camber can't really hold on higher speeds. So let's talk powder on this board. This is a directional all mountain board, so it does have a little bit of setback on the side cut of about 3/4 inches. But on board, if you set this all the way back to its last inserts, you're gonna get a 2.125 setback. The Rally Cat also has a 20.8 reference stance, which is the first time I've ever ridden the Jones boards on reference, and I actually felt really good for my height. Typically I ride 19 inches. I'm actually considering going to 20 because of how good that reference stance felt. You factor in that little bit of early rise in the nose and their 3D contour on this, and you're gonna get a really good ride in the powder. Nice, soft, surfy, link your turns really quick, probably quick in the trees. I'm looking forward to trying it in some powder. Given my advanced age, I no longer get in the park anymore, but back in the day I did. I think this board would really lend itself to rails specifically. And because it's got that soft camber there, you're going to be able to flex on a good box, get some grip. Probably not so great in a half pipe because you need a lot of stability, but does have a good hold if you're going mini pipe and you just want to play around. I found that this board was really fun on switch. I don't go switch often unless it feels very confident, inspiring, and for this, it felt as good as regular does for me. Again, because it has that really a twin and a very slight directional set, it felt pretty normal to go switch. Final thoughts on the Rally Cat. If you are a beginner to intermediate rider that has linked their turns, would like to try something that's more of a camber profile, something that's more progressive into your skill set, this board is friendly, it's comfortable underfoot, it has that nice soft flex, but you still have a setback, you still have a little bit of an early rise, a really comfortable reference stance. I would put this board in your quiver as your friendly day Strider or friendly day groomer board.